You said like power rankings, but only the good teams, and
Yeah,
then
just
a
top
top.
five. You know what? We can do top five, and then maybe like a bottom three if you want to do that. But I was just thinking top five power rankings.
Yeah, no one cares about the middle.
Like the middle is gonna be like, uh, who's in the middle? Cowboys, I guess.
The 49ers, they're not in the
Yeah,
top five. They're not going to be
they're
in the
they're
bottom four.
fine. Yeah. All right, we should probably.
They're a lot better than they should be with all their people hurt.
All right, we should probably introduce ourselves because we haven't actually done that on any episode of the podcast. So
It was a nice little emote you hit there.
yeah,
So my name is Matt. I think we have introduced ourselves, but
have
whatever,
we
go off.
new
We definitely
listeners?
did on the first episode. It's fine. It's fine. They forgot. It's
So
fine.
give me your
I'm
name and like
faithful.
a fun fact about you.
I don't have any fun facts about myself. My name is Matthew. That's the only fun fact. That's all you
Okay,
need to
what's your
know.
team then? What's your team?
My team is the Carolina Panthers. See,
Hmm.
we almost did that on the first episode, and we decided we were going to let them wonder, be
Yeah,
shrouded in mystery. But
yeah.
this
My
is our
team.
expose episode. Mask off.
Yeah. So okay, I'm Gideon, and so my team. I haven't really paid. Like the thing is, I haven't like really cared about the NFL until like this year. Like I've been like, oh, I hope that this player does good, or oh, I hope this team loses. Like I haven't actually cared enough to like have a team until this year. So I'm still trying to decide, but I'm leaning towards either Lions or Buccaneers, just because I love Jared Goff and I love Baker Mayfield. So those are the two teams I'm leaning towards. Which just so happens that they're like I definitely would be a bandwagon to either team. So it's not like I'm not gonna pick like the Jets to be my team because I'm gonna bandwagon a little bit, but I don't know if I'm gonna pick whatever team I pick. I'm hoping I pick them before they win the Super Bowl. That way I can at least say I'm
Well,
like
you
not
should just
that
hurry up
much.
and pick one then.
I'm,
Like,
I'm so torn between Baker Mayfield and the Detroit Lions. Anyway,
I mean, I don't know.
power
Well,
rankings.
speaking of the Lions and the Buccaneers, we're going to do limited power rankings because we don't care about anybody that's not in the top five.
I mean, it's like like really who cares? And also 32 teams. We kind of did the panic index and we did 32 teams. And that turned out to be like 2 hours. I just want this to be a little quick segment at the beginning of the show. So let's do top five. Who do you think the top five teams in the
Okay,
NFL right
so
now?
how about this? Let's throw out teams that we feel like are on the short list for the top five,
Okay.
and then we can work out the actual ranking. So in the AFC, it's basically Bills are on the list. Colts, I think you have to put on the list. And other than that, I'm really like not even sure
Yeah, like
in the
people will
AFC.
say Chiefs, but they just lost to the Jags, and the Jags still suck.
Well, the Chiefs just aren't a top five team right now. They might
Yeah.
be by the end of the season, or they might just fall apart. But we're talking about right now who's the top five, and it's not the Chiefs. So Bills and Colts. Are there any like others? I can't even.
I think like
If,
the Broncos just beat the Eagles, and so that kind of but it's just one game. It's not like a big game. So I feel like if we can't think enough teams in the top five, I think maybe we think about the Broncos, but I don't know. AFC looks weak this year.
I feel like they're solidly top 10. I just don't know if they're top five.
Yeah.
Okay, so then in the NFC, Seahawks are on the list. I feel like the Rams have to be on the short list at least. Buccaneers,
Bucks. Yeah. Bucks and Lions have to be.
Lions, Packers are probably still on the list at
Yeah.
least.
They're slipping, but I think they're still there.
And then are the Eagles on the list, or are we kind of just terrified that they're bad?
If we can't
Because they
find
kind of
us,
look horrible, but they did win 4 games. So
yeah. If they if we're like, oh, I really don't know if the line, whatever team is number five. I don't know why I said the Lions are five. They're probably one. But if what if we're like saying like Rams, say they're five, it's like yeah, I don't know, Rams or Eagles, like that, like maybe put the Eagles in the top five, but I don't know. I feel like the Eagles could be top five with the talent they've got, but they're just not performing like that right now.
well, I mean that's kind of the point of this, though. It's just we're
Yeah.
throwing out people that we could consider top five. Okay,
All
so
right. So number one, I
for the
think
number one
we both
spot,
agree it's the Lions, right?
yeah, I want to say that. Like, there's no team in the NFL that I can't see them beating. So
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with Lions
Got
at
the
one.
Packers in week 1 for some reason, but Packers are falling apart, so it's really not a big deal anymore.
I mean, I say that, like, if it came down to, like, let's say there was a Bills-Lions Super Bowl, I wouldn't just be, like, confident that the Lions would win it. I mean, both of
Yeah.
those teams. But,
Oh, yeah, you
yeah,
are
I'm
right.
comfortable
That
saying Lions at 1.
and then I think if we were saying that, I think we probably put Bills at 2 then, right? I feel like Bills could be 1, but they did just lose to the Pats. And like sure that's just one game,
Yeah.
but like they lost to the Pats
Well,
in week
yeah, well, and
4
the
and it's like
Lions lost to, who did the
there's
Lions
week
lose
1.
to? I'm blinking. Yeah, Packers
Packers.
they won.
But the thing is, like,
So,
it's a little different situation for the Packers lost League One for the Lions because they had a new offensive coordinator, the best the Packers have looked all season. And it's like I really don't know how much that loss goes against them. I feel like it's just like not that as big of a deal as it was as we thought it would be. You know,
yeah, I don't know. I'm comfortable saying Lions at 1.
Bills
Do we
too.
think Bills at 2?
Who do you think goes above them?
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of all the teams. That's why, like, I'm not hesitating because I think we're wrong. I'm just, like, trying to make sure I've not forgotten somebody. But it's crazy, like, how the Ravens and some of the other teams just aren't even at all in consideration to be
Yeah.
in the top 5 anymore. Okay, so after the Lions and Bills, what we got? We got Buccaneers, we got Colts, we
Bucks,
got
Colts,
Rams, who beat the
Rams,
Colts.
Seahawks.
See, yeah, Seahawks. I'm gonna push hard to put the Seahawks somewhere in the top 5 because I
Oh,
think they
I
deserve
think
to
they
be higher.
are, but I you can't put them above the
But then
Bucks
I
because we
also
just saw what happened.
because I think the Buccaneers and Seahawks have 2 of the spots. I feel like.
Maybe I feel Bucks at 3, honestly. But they lost to the Eagles.
Well, I mean, we can't just transitive property the entire thing. But at the same time, do we really think? Also, too, with the Buccaneers, I don't know, they keep getting hurt, but then it keeps like not mattering, which I guess just
Yeah, it's just
means they're
like
really good.
everyone's
So
hurt. Just throw it to Ibuka. It's fine.
yeah, they're also, I don't know. It's not like they're winning in impressive fashion, but they are winning. So it's like, who really
Yeah.
cares?
It's like I feel like if a game matters, I don't know that they can lose it. As long as they get the ball with like at least 2 seconds left in the last seconds of the game, you know? I feel like they can't lose that game. Except of course the
Right.
Eagles game, but that game really doesn't matter that much, you know? Like it's
Well, I'm gonna tell
one
you right now.
game of the season.
The more I talk about this, I'm gonna just refuse to put the Eagles in the top 5. Not that I think you're gonna try to, but
Oh,
I'm not gonna.
I'm really
They
not.
like the wheels. I feel like are just actively in the process of falling off, which they
Yeah.
kind of were last year too. And then they like got it together and like went on a winning streak and won the Super Bowl. But
Yeah.
no. Okay,
I
so
I
it,
feel I'm feeling Bucks at 3. What do you think?
yeah, I mean, who else do we say? We said the Rams. I'm kind of feeling Colts out of the top 5 for the moment because like I get how dominant they are, but it's a mix of I don't know if they're quite as good as some of these other teams, and then also, I mean, if we're going like they did lose to the Rams, and again, we're not going to transit properly the whole thing, but I feel like the Rams have a legitimate shot to be on here, but also definitely need to be under like the Bucks and Seahawks.
I mean,
So
if we're gonna be like, well, the Colts lost to the Rams. I mean, the Rams lost to the Niners. So if we do
yeah,
go,
I know, I
but it's like,
yeah.
I mean, it's like it's one game out of the season. I don't know that we can really. I don't know.
Also, though, I'm gonna wait, and the same thing with the Lions. I'm gonna wait like a lot, and the Bills really like a divisional game with like one of your division rivals. A loss to like weird stuff happens in those games all the time. So to me, like that's actually less of a big deal for all those
Yeah.
games I just mentioned. So are
Yeah.
we saying Buccaneers 3?
I feel
Like because
Bucks at
that's what.
3.
Okay, so then it comes down to what Rams, Seahawks, Colts. Is there anybody we're missing that I just like have forgotten? Packers theoretically, but I'm kind of
They're
not
they're
into
kind of
that right now.
falling right now. Um.
Well, I mean, they also just had a bye week, and we just like immediately all forgot they exist. So we'll see how we feel after
Yeah.
next week. Who do they play this week? I don't even know. Anyway,
Man,
okay, so we're saying
I've
not
got
the
Romeo Dobbs
Packers.
on my fantasy team. I feel like I should know this who they're playing. Give me two
Okay, so
seconds.
we said we're not going to do the Eagles probably, and we're not if we say we're not going to do the Packers, then yeah, that's really just Rams.
Packers play
Colts,
Cincinnati,
and oh yeah, that's right.
so they'll
Joe
blow out
Flacco
Cincinnati
might be
probably.
bye.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, yeah, it's like I don't know. My instinct is it could be okay, but then I remember the offensive line for Cincinnati, and I'm just like, no, it's not going to be okay.
yeah,
It will very much not be okay. Okay,
yeah.
so Rams, Colts, Seahawks. Sorry, no. Did we? We've just
Rams.
done 1 through 3, right?
Yeah, so I think
We didn't.
Lions, Bills, Bucks.
Yeah,
I feel Seahawks over Rams, but I just don't know.
they haven't played, have they? Because I don't think they've played yet.
Oh, like they play each other in the season. No, I think they play
Right.
week 9? I don't- 8?
Well, they have they're gonna have 2 games because that's a divisional rivalry.
Yeah, I feel like it's week 8 for some reason. You
I
can
mean, I'm
Google
gonna
it.
be impressed if that's correct. I'm googling Seahawks schedule right now. Okay. Oh my goodness, it's not what I want. Yeah. So the Seahawks have beaten. They had the 49ers loss, and then they've beaten Steelers, Saints, Cardinals, and then lost to the Buccaneers.
They
Which
really
now
haven't
that I
beaten
say that,
anyone good.
that's not as that's not very convincing.
Yeah, you're right. That is. I mean, they put up 35 points on the Bucks, and it was impressive.
Okay, wait. So now Rams schedule. Let's make sure we're not like going crazy over here. Also, they play the Ravens this Sunday, which like that could be really bad.
I mean, the
Um.
Ravens still suck. You know, like they sucked last week, they'll suck
All
this
right. Yeah.
week.
Okay. So the Rams beat the Texans in that like really ugly Week 1 game. They beat the Titans, lost to the Eagles, beat the Colts, and then lost to the 49ers in overtime.
Other than the Colts, they really haven't beat anyone either. You know?
I mean, it's been 5 weeks.
Yeah, it's
But I
hard. I
mean,
guess
the
it's
other
hard to
team
do.
we're considering for this spot is the Colts. So
Yeah,
are we gonna
and
say
the
the Rams
Colts
and the
haven't
Colts
beaten
and
anybody.
leave
Well,
off
the
the
Colts beat the.
Seahawks?
I'd rather have Seahawks than Rams, honestly. Just because I haven't really.
I'm not like I'm not against that. It's just I'm just yeah.
I really haven't watched much Rams because I just don't like that team very much. So it's like I haven't seen how they. And I do like the Seahawks. So I've seen them play more. Uh, so I've just seen I have more like footage in my brain of Seahawks playing than I do of the Rams playing. So like I feel Seahawks more, but I don't know if that's just the fact that I like the Seahawks more than the Rams.
Okay, let's just say. I mean, I would also be okay with Rams and Seahawks, but I don't know. I feel like I'm a little higher on the Rams. I
You
feel
know what
like
we
the
can do?
Rams kind of. I feel like the Rams can play up or down to any opponent, and this happens constantly. Like I feel like they are capable of beating any team in the NFL, but they're also like very capable of screwing around for like 2 quarters against the Titans and looking terrible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you
I
know
don't
what?
know.
You know what? We'll go. Okay. Let me know what you think. Lions, Bills, Bucks, Rams, Seahawks.
I'll take it. Packers, or sorry, Colts at 6.
Pack
Packers somewhere below
like
that.
7 or 8. Yeah.
Um, okay. And then do we want to hit the bottom few teams?
It's at
Just
the bottom like 3. I think Jets dead
okay. So
last.
the Jets are last. Like there's genuinely no other
There's no
answer. They're the
upside to the
only
Jets.
winless team. Um, yeah, that's bad.
Probably
So okay,
Titans
do we?
next.
Yeah, the Titans are next. For some reason, I like forgot they existed for a second. After that, okay. So do we give the Giants credit, or do we just assume that now without neighbors, they're just like bad because they just
I
lost to the
mean,
Saints? Because really, it's like Saints and Giants are the next couple of teams that
you know
come
that's the first
behind.
game
So
Spencer Rattler's ever won in the NFL. He's now 1-11
yeah,
in the NFL. That's crazy.
I didn't know he'd started 12 games.
Yeah, apparently, or maybe it's 1-10. But he's like I think he
Whatever. Yeah,
lost like his first 10 games. He might not have start. I mean, he might not be 1-11 starting, but just games he's played in. It's where he like came in for someone. I don't remember. I don't
interesting.
remember the exact stat, but I just know it's like 1-11 or something like that. But crazy.
Anyway, so okay, do we think that like the Saints are above or below the Giants?
I feel like there's so much more upside to the Giants than the Saints.
Yes, that's very true.
So I feel like we have to put the Saints lower, even though they just beat the Giants. I feel like we still put the Saints lower, just because that feels like more of a fluke win than like a being better team. You know?
Is there like a third or fourth or fifth team that needs to like
The
get shoved in
Giants.
there with them?
Put the Giants right there as
What?
well.
Okay, but also, so the Cardinals just lost to the Titans. But I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
the Cardinals
That's
suck.
just such a weird team. But like,
I'm Kyler Murray is awful. He's just
okay,
he's
so
just
he's
bad.
just like he shows flashes, but he's just not consistent, and the
Yeah.
whole team is just.
And
I
he's
mean,
not
the
like
coaching looks
yeah.
bad.
Yeah. And he's like
So if
he's
you
got
didn't,
he's got Marvin Harrison like scared to catch the ball. So I feel like there's like something going on between them where they're not getting along, or at least
I think
they
Marvin
don't trust each
Harrison's
other.
on the upswing a little bit, but
Mm,
I don't know.
yeah. One of the reasons I got rid of
So
him in fantasy is just because I was like, I don't know that I can like week to week be like, yeah, I think he's doing good. I just couldn't like mentally put him in just because I was like, I don't know, he'll do good, you know.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I traded him to you
I
in
mean, you
fantasy.
still yeah, you still have him in the other league. Well, I was just kind of gambling on he's gonna turn a corner. I was like, I don't. Daniel Jones is not gonna win me any games, so I'll trade him for
Yeah.
somebody that could turn it around. I mean, I had Daniel Jones for however many weeks and won nothing. So,
Yeah. I mean, Justin Fields is
um,
somehow putting up 40 points in fantasy. Well, we have 6-point passing touchdowns, but 40 points in a fantasy game and still losing the football game. So it's like, hey, I might as well leave him in until he stops doing that, you know?
Daniel Jones as a fantasy quarterback is very like, do not watch the game. Like, start him and don't watch the game because you'll just get stressed out that he's your. But then he'll somehow end up with like garbage time, like production, and he'll end up with a bunch of points for your
Mm.
fantasy team and lose by 14. If you didn't see, I'm going back to what I was trying to say earlier. The Cardinals fans on the internet were calling Sunday the most embarrassing loss in team history, and their subreddit started posting content about actual cardinal birds instead of the team.
That's funny. That's funny.
Okay. Also, Panthers. I feel like Dolphins. Wait. So, yeah, Dolphins and Panthers. We have to like bring into this conversation.
I feel like Panthers are better than Dolphins. I mean, they beat the Dolphins, but we can't just go transient, you know. But I think the Dolphins are worse than the Panthers.
Well, yeah, the Dolphins are probably worse than some of the other teams we mentioned. I don't know. The Dolphins are another weird team because it's like they're theoretically capable of putting up points, but and their defense is genuinely really, really, really bad. Like
Yeah.
one of the worst in the league. Bad.
Hmm.
So, like, Dolphins should possibly be even like bottom three because I mean, the Dolphins and Jets had that whole close game on Thursday Night Football, and then it just turns out both of them are awful. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, so Panthers are not really in consideration for bottom three. So wait, okay, is it the Jets, the Titans, and I don't know, the Dolphins? Saints?
Sure.
I'm not gonna put Giants bottom three. I've decided, and I guess if I feel like if I can't put the Giants bottom three, then I can't put the Saints bottom three, which leaves me with Jets, Titans, Dolphins,
Yeah.
which is fair enough for this podcast. I feel
I
like
feel like it's
honestly,
been Jets, Titans, Dolphins for like the past 10 years.
I don't know the Titan. Well, dude, the Titans made like the AFC Championship game with
Really?
Tannehill.
I okay. I've been like a Titans hater my whole life, even though I live in the state. So I always hate on the Titans to put them in my bottom three, even if they're good. So
Yeah, no, it was like a weird thing where it was like you didn't really feel like the team had that many like great players on it. Like it was like, but they had Vrabel as their coach, and it was like all was greater than some of the parts type thing. And so when they had like Tannehill and Derrick Henry and AJ Brown, like they made the AFC Championship game. Like we're very close to going to Super Bowl,
mm,
and they made several like playoff runs.
mm,
Tom Brady's last game with the Patriots was in the playoffs against the Titans, and he lost that game threw a pick six on his last pass as a Patriot.
that's crazy.
It was really funny.
All right. So into today's topic for the episode that I wanted to get to, I'm gonna post two
Yes.
pictures in general. Uh,
Okay.
Blur that, editor. We have to blur that. Oh, where do they get put? Wow.
I'm terrified. This could be anything. It's just going to be a picture of my house on Google Maps. Oh, we're doing this today.
Yeah, we're
All
doing
right, let's go.
49ers Mahomes and Chiefs Brock Purdy. Okay, for anyone who doesn't know, which is literally everyone except for us, a while back, I said that over text, me and Matthew were texting. Over text, I said something along the lines of, um, Patrick Mahomes is only seen as great as he is because Andy Reid is such a great coach, right? And I exaggerated when I did this because I was angry for some reason. I remember being angry that night. I probably just listened to somebody talk rave about how great a player that I thought was bad was. He probably was like Patrick Mahomes is the second coming of Christ, and I was like, okay. And then I was texting Matthew in between watching videos of people talking about how. Anyway, and so I said that if Brock Purdy was on the Chiefs with Andy Reid, he would be just as good as Patrick Mahomes is now. And so we came into a discussion about um, if Brock Purdy, all things the same, all things NFL the same, except Brock Purdy was on the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes was on the Niners. And so we kind of vaguely got into this conversation, but we never really fleshed it out. So I wanted to flesh it out today on the podcast.
Okay, and this conversation, in my opinion, has actually gotten more interesting in the last few weeks on the Brock Purdy side. But so let's what are we assuming here? So let's say, are we gonna say we're gonna kind of put them at like the same like year entering the league, right? So we're gonna
Sure,
like move
sure.
Purdy back to like when Mahomes came into the league and
Yeah,
kind of
that
talk about this
sounds
from
fair.
that standpoint.
Yeah.
Okay, so move Purdy back to like the 2018 draft class, which Mahomes was in that class, but then sat for a year to learn. So
Uh,
okay, so in this
Purdy would probably do
scenario,
the same thing at the Chiefs, sit behind his guy and learn.
right, right. So okay, we're gonna say Purdy gets drafted by the Chiefs
Mr. Irrelevant
somewhere in the
still.
draft.
I still think Mr.
Mr.
Irrelevant.
Yeah, sure. The 49ers realize they need a quarterback and move up for the Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. What pick was
I
Patrick
think
Mahomes in his draft?
10th, I think. They moved
Okay.
up to get him from like the 20s
Mm-hmm.
because they had Alex Smith. They were like a playoff team already, but
Hmm. So they're
you know,
both
Alex
probably
Smith
sitting
obviously.
behind. They're probably sitting behind for a bit.
Who was the 49ers had Garoppolo during this time, right? Yeah, they had to have. Garoppolo was the 49ers quarterback. And they'd actually probably just traded for him like the season before because they traded a second
Which
round
is
pick to the
exactly like
Chiefs
what
for
happened with
Garoppolo.
Purdy. Yeah, hold on. They traded for Trey Lance in the season of, or I guess the season of.
That is that trade stresses me out. Literally, okay. So and I think this is a nice segue actually into the discussion because it's been brought up a lot in the last few, because okay, the 49ers traded basically, if I'm not mistaken, three first round picks essentially to move up for Trey Lance. And the only reason that didn't completely wreck their franchise is because they already had a good team and they picked Brock Purdy, who's really, really good. So the conversation people have been bringing up the last few weeks. So if you didn't know this, um, Kyle Shanahan, who's their coach, who's kind of a genius until it gets to like a clutch situation. Oh, some team in like a random league. I don't know the guy just supposed to trade to me in fantasy, and it popped up on my computer.
Mm.
Um, what was I even saying?
Think Kyle
That
Shanahan's a
completely
good
distracted me. I was
genius,
like, "Who is
except when he's not.
right?" Until yeah, until he gets into like the second half of a Super Bowl or something.
Mm.
But anyway, he wanted Mac Jones. Mac Jones was the quarterback that he wanted the 49ers to take. And essentially, the front office convinced him to move up and swing for upside with Trey Lance. And so the conversation the last few weeks is we kind of feel like if Mac Jones, like if they had just taken Mac Jones and then they still had the picks that they gave up to get Trey Lance and they could have added a couple more high impact players, Mac Jones and the 49ers could have probably just won like two Super Bowls by now. And I'm not trying to make like a Mac Jones is better than Brock Purdy argument. I'm just saying Kyle Shanahan is perfectly able to game plan with Mac Jones with no one there. He was able to get to Super Bowls with Jimmy Garoppolo when the team was healthy. And if you add a couple more great players to that team with those first round picks, I kind of, you kind of just think that maybe Mac Jones on the 49ers is
Yeah.
great because of Kyle Shanahan. And now that we're actually sitting here and watching Mac Jones on the 49ers look great because of Kyle Shanahan, I think it makes this conversation that we had about a month ago a lot more interesting when we sit here and talk about whether Purdy is better or whether you know how much Andy Reid had to do with Mahomes.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess, yeah. So let's okay, we go into this. So Purdy's on the Chiefs. Purdy's on the Chiefs, 2018, he sits out. And let's say in 2019 he gets put in. Let's just say he gets put in the beginning of the season. Right. Or how do you think he should get put in? Do you think he should have to what situation do you think he gets put in for?
I mean, Mahomes basically started the last game of the regular season because it was a meaningless game, then sat again for the playoffs, and then just they got rid of Alex Smith. I don't know if they traded him or released him, and then Mahomes just started his second season.
That's probably
So,
about what would
and then
happen
that
with
was like,
Purdy then.
yeah, that was immediately like his. I want to say his best statistical season. Like that was the season he threw for 50 touchdowns or whatever, and like came close to breaking a bunch of records immediately.
Yeah.
And then since then, he's kind of become more of like the game manager type quarterback.
Mm,
Because back he had Tyreek Hill too at the time, so he was
yeah.
playing a lot wilder.
Mm. And so then Mahomes on the Niners, how do you think he would start? Because this is back in 2018, 2019.
Well, I mean, we're saying he's Mr. Irrelevant, so we're saying he's behind Garoppolo. So what would actually happen is that Garoppolo would just get hurt, and Mahomes would have to play at some point, and then, well, I don't know, because in this situation they took him high. But I guess we say they roll with Garoppolo, but then Garoppolo gets hurt, so Mahomes probably comes in earlier than they planned on putting him in, and
Mm,
then he's probably good enough that he just keeps the job, honestly.
yeah.
So before we even get into this, I think like I don't think either of us is saying that either of these guys would be bad. Like I think Purdy on the Chiefs and Mahomes on the 49ers would both still be good, and both of those teams would be winning. Do you
Yeah.
disagree?
Not
So,
really. I mean, yeah, not really. I think they'd still both be good and they'd still both be winning.
so really, it comes down to who is more a product of their coach, and I think even within the last few weeks, you start to wonder, like, which coach is more of a factor in the quarterback success.
Mm, yeah.
Do you
Starting to
have a
think
point,
about
or
it
do you want?
kind of.
I
No,
can keep talking, but I
um,
okay.
sorry, I'm thinking. I'm trying to think.
Okay, so things I'd like to point out. First of all, I know you have like beef with quarterbacks with physical talent for some
Okay,
reason, but
hold on.
Mahomes
Let
is
me clarify some things. I did some thinking about this because I went on a podcast and said some things without thinking through my viewpoint clearly. What I hate is the scrambling run around for 10 minutes court. I hate that. Like the epitome of that would be his name is just gone. The Cardinals. Where did his name go?
Kyler Murray.
I have no
You
idea what his
probably
name.
overlooked it.
Yeah. Ha. Yeah. I am. I'm taller than Kyler Murray. I forgot about that. Anyway, Kyler Murray is like the epitome of just like run around for 20 minutes and then get sacked because he didn't make up his mind. Like the epitome of like, oh, no one's open in the first half second of me snapping the ball. I guess I'm gonna run. I hate that. I don't mind like a Baker Mayfield who's like willing to stay in the pocket until it's like, hey, there's a really good running lane right there, and then taking it. But it's like actually there's a better throw if I just maybe take a hit after the throw. So I hate like the guy who's like, oh no, there's somebody within 4 feet of me. I need to run now. It's like, come on, dude. You can stay a little bit longer and toss the ball, to someone who's about to get open.
Yeah,
But
and at least
just
with
clarify
Kyler
a little bit.
Murray, at least with Kyler Murray, it occasionally works because he is kind of strong and fast. The epitome of a quarterback where this just like it doesn't work at all is Shitter Sanders, who occasionally tries the same thing and just dies like 25 yards behind the line of scrimmage every time, and it's really funny every time it happens.
Mm,
Anyway, where I was going with that, so Mahomes is the more physically gifted quarterback.
absolutely.
So, like, and I'm not even saying like his scrambling speed, his throwing, like every respect of Mahomes, he's also more durable. Like I think we've
Okay, hold on. I
seen
think
that.
I think the fact is every single player on the 49ers is constantly hurt. So I think the injuries with Purdy has more to do with the 49ers strength and conditioning coaches. I feel like he
Yeah, that's
wouldn't be
fair enough.
injured nearly as often if it wasn't for his coaching staff that is needs to be fired, probably sent to jail, maybe executed. You know? And like
Right.
okay, and then the witchcraft, the witchcraft CMC is doing recently doesn't help Purdy either. You know, you seen the
Right.
memes about
Which
every time that Mac Jones went down, it was Christian McCaffrey siphoning his health.
yes.
Oh, those are great. Anyway,
Okay, so I think and this brings us to what we said when we had this conversation originally, is that Mahomes on the 49ers would be hurt genuinely so much because he's already hurt in almost every game now.
hmm
But the facts are that Mahomes on the 49ers getting hurt constantly because Mahomes plays better when he's hurt.
because he
So
stays in the
enter
pocket, yes.
Mahomes. If you put Mahomes on the 49ers, he might never lose a game.
You know what? Yeah, maybe.
If he get
Well, it depends on the injury, obviously, but yeah, you know what? You're right.
and then
What we're
also,
showing
I
is
mean,
what the Chiefs should do to get the comeback for this season because they're not top five. What they need to do to become top five is break Patrick Mahomes' kneecaps. Get a little Dan Campbell
well,
in there, take his kneecaps from him.
the way they currently treat their wide receivers, they should just treat Mahomes that way, and they would never lose.
They never lose a game again. They need to switch so they need to treat the receivers like they treat Mahomes and treat Mahomes like they treat the receivers. They'll never lose.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the like, and I think really, like, we can keep talking about this, and we probably will, but like, I think that's really where it comes down to for me is like, I think Brock Purdy on the Chiefs would be good. Like, I think he's genuinely a good quarterback.
Maybe
I think
one,
Mahomes on the
two
49ers,
Super Bowls.
I think Mahomes on the 49ers might be better than Mahomes on the Chiefs. I'm almost like ready to say because all and you have to think about the supporting cast the whole time. And I know this year it's kind of a weird year for both of these teams. But you think about the last 2 years, so Mahomes has had a good offensive line the last couple of years. Before that, he had a bad offensive line, but he had Hill and Kelsey when Kelsey was younger and better. But think about like the groups that helped get Jimmy Garoppolo to Super Bowl with Kyle Shanahan. So they've had a great offensive line. It's not good anymore because Trent Williams is kind of falling off. But they've had a great offensive line. They had a really, really good defense with Warner and Bosa and several others. And then for a while they had Debo Samuel. They had Brandon Ayuk. They've had Kittle this whole time.
Juwan
Um,
Jennings.
Right, Jawan Jennings, adding McCaffrey, like, at some point, that was 2019, I think. No, it wasn't. It was later than that. What am I saying? It was, like,
Haha, you don't know what you're
2019.
talking about. Haha, you're dumb.
That I said that and then realized just how, like, off it is. Like, it was genuinely in, like, 2020, like, 3. Like, I was a whole, like, 4 or 5 years off of when that actually happened.
That'd be
Okay,
like me
2022.
saying, "What have I said in the past that was as dumb as that?" Like not like just like bad take is dumb, but I just mean like just incorrect information.
I don't know. Wait. When was Christian McCaffrey traded to the 49ers? 'Cause now I'm thinking it's, like, 2021 or something.
So I've made
It
some
was
like bad take.
2022. I'm, like, right in the middle. Anyway,
I've made some like bad takes, but I don't know if I've gotten information that wrong. I'm just all right. Yeah, Oh, yeah.
okay. So, yeah, I kind of just feel like 'cause and again, Kyle Shanahan as a coach, his whole thing is that he's an absolute perfectionist, and he just wants to run his system, and his system just kind of, like, works, like, no matter what quarterback you put in there. And so I kind of feel like if you just get a really gifted quarterback and put him with Kyle Shanahan and that supporting cast, I think he just wins like 4 Super Bowls in like 8 years, and, it's which I guess is kind of similar to what Mahomes did with the Chiefs. So really, I'm not even sure where this argument is heading.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the big thing. Do you think that Mahomes would get along with the Niners as well as he gets along with the Chiefs?
I guess. I mean, like, I feel like current Mahomes might not get along with the Niners. Like, if he just like woke up and he was on the 49ers today. But I mean, in a situation where they draft him and those are like the guys that he's been
Mm,
with since he's been in the league, I think it'd be fine.
yeah.
Like he would just have kind of the same rapport. And I mean, I think too, like again, I think Purdy on the Chiefs would be good. I think they would make the playoffs a lot. Like assuming they kind of kept this same trajectory. But I mean, there's been what, 2 Niners Chiefs Super Bowls in the time frame we're talking about. I really don't think that, because again, the Chiefs, that the first one they genuinely only won because of Mahomes. The second one was that because the Niners dropped like 20-10, and then the second one was that I don't know, the weird like overtime Super Bowl where Jawan Jennings could have been the Super Bowl MVP, and I'm still upset that the 49ers lost that Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's
Um,
upsetting.
I was so mad that night. Like I wanted Jawan Jennings because he threw a touchdown in that game.
Well, he's
It
the
was a whole
first
thing.
Tennessee player to ever. What was it? It was something about like the first Tennessee player to ever like receive the first touchdown in the Super Bowl or something like that. Like it was a big thing for like the first Tennessee receiver to ever do something like this. And he was also like one of the first Tennessee receivers to ever throw and catch a touchdown in the Super Bowl before. So it's like
I mean,
he
I
had
believe that.
yeah, he has a couple things where
I
it's
mean,
like
how many people have thrown and caught a touchdown in a Super
I
Bowl?
don't know,
Nick
probably not
Foles?
many.
It's literally Nick Foles and maybe like somebody else.
Yeah. Although probably back in
But I mean,
like the beginning of Super Bowl era, it probably happened way more than we can like think of. It probably would, you know. So I'm stumbling on my words. It probably happened more than often we think of, like in those first couple Super Bowls.
yeah. Anyway, so and let's just kind of go through the Super Bowl matchups. I feel like the first Super Bowl, I think the Chiefs with Purdy, like I think that one's a good game. Like the Chiefs with Purdy versus the Niners and the Mahomes, they're both like kind of just been in the league for a year or two. Like I think that one's close. I still kind of have more confidence in Mahomes and the 49ers. The second one from a couple of years ago that we were just talking about, where Mahomes comes in with Christian McCaffrey and Kittle and Jennings and Ayuk in the squad, I think that they slaughter Brock Purdy and the Chiefs. Like, I genuinely
Bro,
don't even think that one is.
do you think the Chiefs would build a cast around Purdy differently than they did Mahomes? Because with the Mahomes, like, well, we can just go grab like Juju Smith-Schuster and Mahomes will figure it out. Do you think they'd be more like with Purdy? They'd be like, well, we got to like actually kind of pick up some guys that Purdy can work with. So do you think that the cast for the Chiefs would be different
I'm
if
sure
they
everything
had
would be
Purdy?
different, but I don't know. You got to remember their offensive line was really, really bad at the start of Mahomes's thing. So a lot of their moves have been like really trying to get that settled, and in the process, they somehow just lost all their playmakers. But
Mm.
also, part of the thing with them is that they've drafted like Rasheed Rice, and he's been good, but he's just also like there was the injury last season, and he does stupid stuff off the field, so he's just like not been available for extended periods of time, which is kind of now Ayuk is getting hurt constantly, so it's a similar vibe. But I don't know, like yeah, I mean, obviously it would be different. But I mean, I want to go back though to what you just said. You said kind of the reason the Chiefs do that is because they get random people and are like Mahomes can figure it out. And isn't that kind of the crux of this argument is that Mahomes is capable of figuring it out even without, I mean, Andy Reid can only do so much here.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like again if you just put Mahomes on the 49ers, it's just a much better, or not much better, but it's a better version of the current
What do you think
49ers
happens
that we've
if
had that have.
sorry to change topics, but that just made me think of what happens if Uh, I think they were drafted a year apart, but I'm not certain. What happens? Do you think happens if they were drafted the same year? Baker Mayfield and Mahomes were drafted the same year, and one went to the other team. Like, do you think?
If Mahomes went to the Browns, Mahomes would be a bust.
Okay, yeah, I figured that's what you would say.
He would have been ruined. Like he might by now be on like the Baker Mayfield like you know career revival arc. Like that may be a thing that happens, but I don't think he would
I don't.
fix the Cleveland
I
Browns.
really don't know that there's any like that many people out there, even like the best of the best in sports. I don't know if there's that many people out there who can go through what Baker Mayfield went through and still, keep at it. I really don't.
Yeah.
That's a tough situation to go through.
Yeah, I'm not discrediting Andy Reid for Mahomes' success. Andy Reid has a big, like a huge role to play in Mahomes' success. But for this hypothetical is Mahomes it just goes to like another incredible coach, like
Yeah.
possibly
I,
the
you know,
only one
when
who
I
can
said
rival Andy
when I
Reid.
started this conversation, I didn't think about the fact that he'd be going to another incredible coach.
Like the other offensive coach that could do about the same level of like offensive scheming as Andy Reid. Like we just put him with that guy.
All right, here's
And
another
then just like,
conversation.
will he be a lot worse?
Here's another conversation. If Baker Mayfield went to the Jets and Sam Darnold went to the Browns,
The exact nothing would have changed. The exact thing would have
Bake May
played
would
out. They would have
still
both
be
been on
on
the
the Bucks.
Panthers.
Bake May'd still be on the Bucks, and Dan Darnold would still be on the Seahawks.
I mean, maybe, but I mean, who knows on the specifics? But like, I feel like that's almost an equivalent.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's not because okay, Baker Mayfield was not bad on the Browns. Sam
No, he
Darnold
just
was
got
bad
hurt
on
and
the
then
Jets.
traded. Like, not hurt. He got hurt,
Well, but
and people around him got hurt, and then
the
the
thing,
Browns were like, "Get rid of him. We hate him." Even though he won
yeah,
them their
but I mean,
first
he took them
playoff
to the
game in like 20
playoffs. I
years.
don't know that Sam Darnold takes the Browns to the playoffs. So I actually kind of take back what I said. I kind of do think, but
I
I mean,
mean,
the same way I don't think
Bake May
I don't
is
think Baker
better.
fixes the Jets. So I kind of feel like it ends up being the same situation. But it's
Yeah.
also I feel like the Browns still lose their minds and trade a billion picks for Deshaun Watson, but it makes like more sense in this universe because I feel like Sam Darnold would just be bad for the Browns instead of Baker Mayfield being all right for the Browns, and then they
Yeah.
just freak out anyway and get rid of him.
What do you think the Jets would do with Bake May? You think they would do the same thing they did with Sam Darnold? Or do you think they would keep him around a little longer?
Well, you said Drake May for a second. I'm losing my mind. I don't know. I mean, I just don't think that Baker Mayfield could fix the Jets. I don't think anyone will ever fix the
You know,
Jets.
oh, Peyton Manning and somebody who's a fan of the Jets, like some active fan of Jets, need to go release the curse that's on them or something. They froze.
No, honestly, they don't. It doesn't need to happen. I think they just need to live like this. What's the old quote? The Jets don't play football. Football just sort of happens to them. Like that. It's still true. It has never ended.
What is the deal with the
Uh,
Jets? I'm behind on the lore. Like, what's the reason that? I mean, I know
like
they're
their
bad.
history.
Yeah, like what's the history that makes
Um,
them like this?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it starts with the owner, but I mean, like, okay, the Jets were really good. Like when the NFL kind of first, because you had the NFL and the AFL, and the first Super Bowl started as what if the champions of these two leagues played each other? And so the Jets were AFL champions, like a lot. Like they were one of the
Mm.
best teams in the AFL. Very famously in Super Bowl three, there was Joe Namath with the Jets, and he said, "I guarantee it." Like he made a guarantee that they would win that game, and they did. And that was a major thing for the AFL champion because it was kind of looked on as kind of a lesser league.
Mm.
So for the AFL champion to go out and just beat the NFL champion was like a major thing. And then eventually they merged together, and that's kind of the basis, if you didn't know, the AFC and the NFC. Like a lot of
I
those
knew that
teams are
part of it,
still
but I didn't
okay.
realize it
Yeah,
was. I didn't know the history behind them starting. I just knew they joined together. They were one two things and they joined together.
right. And so the Jets, since then, I don't know like a lot of like in between Jets lore, but I mean in recent history, like who all has even played for the Jets? There's been so many quarterbacks. They've just really not had a franchise quarterback in a long time.
But just like the Browns, then
They had Mark Sanchez for a while. That was kind of just
didn't
a
he just
meme.
like get stabbed and then charged? Was that Mark
Yeah,
Sanchez?
because he basically like attacked an old dude, and then the dude stabbed him in self defense. Um, and then he went
Release
to the
my boy.
hospital.
No,
And
I'm not going to associate myself with Mark Sanchez.
I mean, he's genuinely. If you're gonna like associate yourself with a problematic NFL personality, pick a cooler one. Honestly, Mark Sanchez's most famous moment is the butt fumble with the Jets, and
Oh
then
yeah. Oh, that was
he
crazy.
wasn't like he wasn't like the worst quarterback ever, but he wasn't good. They had a few good years with Ryan Fitzpatrick, or at least a few decent years, because Fitzpatrick was kind of just like an all over the place quarterback. Like he played for about every team, and then he would like flashes of brilliance. But I mean, I think they made the playoffs some of these years. Like it wasn't like nothing. And then so when was this? I don't even know. Sometime in the 2010s, they hired Adam Gase, who was basically he hung around with Peyton Manning a lot. Like he was on staff on some of Peyton Manning's teams. And so he kind of got this reputation as like an offensive genius when it was really just Peyton Manning was good.
Yeah.
But the two of them were friends, and so Peyton Manning would like recommend him to people. And so Gase, anyway, he got the head coach. He was genuinely, I'm like forgetting a lot of the lore now, but like it was genuinely one of the worst coaching tenures in the NFL. Like he like very few things he said or did made a lot of sense. I think there was stuff with him and his I don't know. There's just so much stupid stuff that I've just like forgotten it because I don't care about the Jets and I refuse to use brain power to remember all of this.
Yeah.
And then of course during the middle of that, they drafted Zach Wilson to be their franchise quarterback, second overall, and that just didn't work. And then yeah, they fired Gase. They hired Robert Saleh, who was the Niners defensive coordinator. And I mean, I feel like he's a great coach, but he couldn't fix the Jets. He had Zach Wilson when he came in, and then that just kind of fell apart. The team is just always bad. The owners are bad. It's Woody Johnson is the owner who's like spends half of his time like trying to get positions on Trump's like staff, and then I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in the last year has been about his kid who spends an inordinate amount of time apparently in the locker room, and apparently if you heard the memes about his kid like using Madden ratings to advise his dad on who the Jets should add to their team.
Mhm.
Like that was apparently an actual thing that was going on, and there's a lot of content you can find on the internet about that. But yeah, now they have Justin Fields, which like I understand kind of why they did that,
I
but
like Justin Fields a lot.
Justin Justin Fields is not good, and Aaron Glenn may be a very good coach, but he's unfortunately the one from the Lions when they kind of had their three-way divorce with Campbell and Johnson and Glenn. Unfortunately, Glenn got stuck with the New York Jets, and so that's just kind of where he is now. And yeah, he wanted Justin Fields, and it's just not working so far, and it never will, and nothing the Jets do ever will work.
Mm. I heard a stat the other day that Justin Fields has never won an NFL game where his opponent scored more than 21 points.
I completely believe that without checking. Like I trust you on that.
That's a crazy stat.
I mean, he's so talented, but he can't move past his first read. He panics. I mean, he's very athletic, very talented quarterback, but
Yeah, I
I
just like him
mean,
as a person. I don't watch much of his play because he played for the Chicago Bears, who I don't like, and the Jets, who are not good. So
yeah, I mean,
I think I
it's
was
kind of
born to be a
miserable to
Lions
watch.
fan. Actually, now that I think about it, because I
Probably.
hate the Vikings and I hate the Bears. I'm okay with the
Interesting.
Packers, which is not great for a Lions fan, but I can learn to hate the Packers.
Maybe you should go live in Detroit for a couple of years.
I'm not doing that.
You're not that committed to the
I'm not moving to Michigan.
exercise.
I would never move to Michigan. That's like
Move
anywhere in
to inner
Michigan
city
sucks.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Well,
I
now
would
see
never
that's
move to like a northern state. I'm staying in the South my whole life. I don't care.
at least you're not my dad, who I think basically likes and dislikes teams based on their geographic location, which to me is like genuinely the most ridiculous thing because nobody on that team is associated with that region. I don't
And some of
know.
them are
Well, but
probably.
like very few. Like it's random. Like yeah, a few of them are gonna be, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not like any of the teams really reflect the personality of their area. Like even if you hate a section of the country, it's not like
Yeah.
the
Brock
team
Purdy is the
somehow
least San
embodies
Francisco
that.
guy I've ever seen.
Right, like it I don't know. It is
Like
what
the
it
San
is.
Francisco mindset versus Brock Purdy's mindset is completely different. Yeah.
Does he seem like a Kansas City guy to you? I kinda think
Um,
the answer is yes, actually.
Kansas City's in Missouri, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of Midwest, and he's kind of just like a standard Midwestern guy. Yeah. Yeah,
So
he'd be a
basically,
Kansas City guy.
Mahomes on the Niners and
It's a
Purdy on the
personality
Chiefs
match.
are
Yeah.
personality fit. Yeah, it's personality hires more than anything else.
Yeah.
We should make them take like enneagrams or like online personality tests and just like
Which NFL team are
instead
you? Which NFL team
instead of the
city are you?
Wonderlic,
What?
it's like some spam quiz on like Brock Purdy's Facebook. What potato chip in its NFL city are you? But no, instead of the Wonderlic in the NFL draft, like the intelligence test they take, instead of having the draft, you have to take a personality test, and just whatever team you match with, you just get assigned to that team.
That'd be
That's my new system.
yeah. And like each quiz is different, so you can't just memorize the answers and go to the team you want.
So, my okay, the reason I thought of this was I was like, I feel like maybe it should be just hidden what team you Like, you just kind of find out at some random point afterward, like, you get on a plane and get flown in, and then you just, like, wherever you step off the plane, that's where you are. So have you seen the thing that people have been saying for years, which is we kind of wish that we didn't know who got signed and drafted, and just they run out of the tunnel week 1, and you just see who's on the team and freak out?
Oh, that would be so
Like,
crazy. It's
can
like
you
the Raiders like, we
imagine
got Genty? How did we get Genty? How did
just
Genty fall to us?
Geno Smith?
Seahawks like Sam Darnold?
Geno Smith just like runs off at the end of the year, and they just have no idea that he's gone. And then just Sam Darnold jogs out of the tunnel.
It's like,
And
where'd Gino
the
go?
thing is, the NFL would stack it for maximum drama. So the Seahawks, like Jackson Smith and Jigba would run out, and like Ken Walker, and then Jalen Milrow would run out of the tunnel, and every fan in the stands would just like pass out, and then Sam Darnold would just kind of also jog out behind him after everyone panicked.
Oh, that's great.
Aaron Rodgers when he went to the Jets, just running out of the tunnel, like the exact same way he did, where he like carried the flag out and then immediately like tore every ligament in his leg. But no one knows he's on the Jets before this happens.
He's
So you
like,
just like
Aaron Rodgers!
it's a night game and like the lights just turn on the tunnel and then Aaron Rodgers just runs out in a Jets uniform with a flag and it's like the most viewed NFL moment of the last 5 years online.
That would be crazy.
I don't know. I'm kind of into this. Also, imagine like the in-season trades if we did the same thing for in-season moves. Like imagine being a 49ers fan just going to a game and then just Christian McCaffrey runs out of the tunnel with the team.
Like, how did he get here? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I don't
That'd be
know.
very
I'm
cool.
kind of into this. I
It's a great
support
idea.
a media blackout for the NFL.
Okay,
Would the NFL be better without the internet?
I've
All
got an
right, we got
idea.
wildly off topic. Yeah, let's go more. We go more off topic. What do we got?
I mean, we kind of just covered it. We're like, okay, Mahomes would win more because he's injured, and Purdy would probably win about the same as Mahomes did, maybe slightly less, maybe about the same, you know.
Yeah,
And so I've got an idea for something we can do for the last couple minutes of the pod.
why not?
So have you ever you've seen the videos? And I'm latently copying another podcast I saw because I thought this would be fun to do. And so I mean, we have like one average viewer, so it's not like a big deal that we're copying someone else. Anyway, we're gonna say on
Pictures it
three.
was fine if no one hears it.
If a tree falls in the forest. So on three, we're gonna say the name of an NFL player. Let's go with current, just because that's my wheelhouse more than you
Okay.
know all time, just because I don't know a lot of all times. I really don't know like anyone from the 2000 to 2020. Anyway, um, we're gonna say the name of an NFL player on three, and we're gonna try to get to the same one using the ones we've said before.
All right, I got you. All
All
right.
right, you ready?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Sean Booty,
Okay. Who? What team is that guy play for?
the Patriots. There's genuinely no connection. Like
Okay.
LSU wide receiver for the Patriots. Like there's no.
Okay.
Okay.
So we got wide receiver for the Patriots, wide receiver for the Lions. Very different in
Okay.
quality. Okay. All
Okay.
right. All right. Three,
One.
two,
One.
1. Sorry, I'm laughing.
Jamar Chase.
I was gonna say Jameson Williams. Okay. All right. I said on the Lions. You did not go to the Lions. Cool. 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 So you went Jamar Chase. So you went AFC, AFC. I stayed in the same team on the NFC. Jamar Chase. Okay. 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 3, 2, 1. Justin Jefferson.
Okay, I didn't say anything. I was going to say Isaac Tesla because I was just gonna like jump to the Lions shamelessly.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
Isaac
Isaac Tesla.
Tesla and
Justin
Justin
Jefferson.
Jefferson. Okay, I've got a guy. Ready?
All right. Three,
Three, two,
2, 1. Kendrick Bourne.
Jordan Addison. Who did you say?
Kendrick Bourne. Am I
Dude,
saying
what?
his name
Okay.
right? Hold on.
How did
I got on my
how did
fantasy
we not
team.
know Kendrick Bourne? Where did he come from?
Another just
We just went to the
random jump to
49ers.
NFC. Yeah. Yeah, Bourne. Okay, I said his name right. Cool. All right, all right, all right.
Okay,
So
I feel like we're getting farther away from reaching a
yeah,
conclusion, not
I was
closer.
about to say T Higgins, and then my mind panicked. I was like, wait, that's not the wide receiver two for the Vikings. So I just like jumped to the next wide receiver in my head.
Well, see, I said Jordan Addison, the
Yeah,
wide receiver
I
for the
was going to
Vikings.
go for the wide receiver two for the Vikings, and then I was like, T Higgins isn't his name. What? Kendrick Bourne. All right, all right,
Okay,
all right.
don't say T Higgins for this one, by the way, in case
Okay,
that's a
yeah, we
temptation.
just all right.
All right,
3, 2, 1. Jackson Smith and the
Debo Samuel.
Jigba. Okay, all right. Okay, okay.
All right, I
Yeah.
have a guy, and you better be on the same page. You
I
better
think I
be
am. I
here.
think I am.
Okay, three,
3,
two,
2,
one.
1. Puka
Cooper
Nakua.
Cup.
I jumped too many teams. I jumped teams again. You were so right. Cooper Cup was such a better idea. Ah, man.
Okay, Cooper Cup, Puka Nakua. There's a person here. Like, there's a third player here.
Okay, okay. I think I know where we're going. I
All
think I
right,
know where we're going. 3,
three,
2,
two, one.
1. Matthew Stafford.
Devontae Adams. I'm
Okay.
going to strangle you.
Oh, I was thinking of the guy who quarterbacked both of those players.
Yeah, okay,
Oh.
that's fair. Honestly, I
Okay, wait,
forgot
hold on.
honestly that we could do other positions. Okay,
Devontae
Matthew
Adams
Stafford.
and Matthew Stafford. Okay, I got somebody.
Okay, all right.
3,
Three,
2,
two,
1.
one.
Kyron Williams.
Kyron Williams.
We did it. I
Finally.
mean, the Discord delay made it seem like you just listened to what I said and copied me, but
Yeah, that took entirely too long, but we did accomplish it. So
sweet. Hold on, how long did it take us to do that? Oh, it only took
way
us
too
four
long.
minutes.
Yeah, only 4 minutes. Should we try it one more time? Should we do this again?
Oh, my eyes. Uh, yeah, let's do it again. Hold on, I gotta remove a
Let's
notification.
go.
Yeah, let's do it
All right,
again.
I have a random guy to start with. Let's go.
All right, yep. 3, 2, 1. Emeka Egbuka.
Jeffrey Simmons.
I don't
Okay,
know who that
Jeffrey
is.
Simmons, the defensive tackle for the Titans. It's a
Okay, all
really
right.
good one. He's like playing at an all-pro level. Okay,
Oh, wow.
all right,
Okay, hold on. Defensive tackle for the Titans, wide receiver for the Bucks. I've got
all right. I got
nothing,
a guy.
but uh,
I'm just gonna do a guy. Okay, it'll be fine. Ready?
I'm gonna. It's gonna go random, but it's like somewhere in my head this is connected. All right, 3, 2,
Two,
1.
one.
Tom Brady.
Vita Vea.
Okay, Vita Vea was a much better answer.
Yeah. Okay. So Vita Vea, Tom Brady. All right.
Oh, I know where. I know where I'm going.
All right. Let's lock in. Okay.
All right, 3,
Three.
2, 1. Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
We did it. It sounded like you copied me again because of delay, but
Sorry, I promise, guys, that I'm not copying him. All right. Look at us. We're on the same
yeah,
page.
we're on the
Mike
same
Evans
page.
brings families together, reunites warring tribes. We all love Mike Evans. Even the Panthers fans love Mike Evans.
Really?
Just a lot of respect for him. I mean, I don't know. We don't love him, but I mean, we respect him. He's
Mm,
great.
yeah.
Always has been. I feel like Saints fans hate Mike Evans a lot more because he keeps fighting all their players at
Yeah.
random times. Mike Evans just kind of embarrasses the Panthers, and then we just kind of move on. I mean, we respect him so much that we drafted Tedero McMillan to try to have a Mike Evans. Like, that was basically the exact goal.
It's
Because
funny.
we got a coach and a coordinator from the Buccaneers, and they just immediately like went out and said we need our own Mike Evans and drafted a 6'5" possession wide receiver.
Mm.
So
We got a little more
all right,
time before we hit an hour if you want to go again.
I don't know. I kind of feel like we're not gonna beat that, but we can make one more attempt.
I think we can try one more
All
time.
right, all
All right,
right.
I
I'm
got
gonna
we
do
got
a
a random
really
player.
like basic one. All right.
3, 2, 1. CeeDee Lamb.
Bryce Young.
Okay.
Okay. There's a player that comes to mind, but I feel like you're not gonna go to this player. So now I'm trying to think of like somebody you would think of. I'm just gonna do my guy. I'm gonna stick with my gut, but I feel like you're not gonna do it. Okay.
I'm just gonna go with just some player that I feel like could be it, but it's very likely not.
All right. Ready?
3, 2, 1. Dak Prescott.
Rico Dowdle.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, is
Okay.
that
So
the guy
Dak
on the
Prescott.
Panthers that you just picked up on fantasy?
Right, but he was the Cowboys running back last season.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I
So that
didn't pay
yeah.
attention to the Cowboys ever, so
Okay.
So when
So
Rodgers got back, but
Dak
I wasn't alive
Prescott,
then.
Rico Dowdle. Okay. All right.
Oh, hold on.
Three.
Okay, yeah, three.
Wait.
Wait, let me make sure I got his name right, so I don't accidentally say the wrong guy's name. Give me 2 seconds. Uh,
Yeah, you're gonna accidentally say, Kendrick Bourne again or whatever that was.
yeah. Uh, no. Okay. I was gonna say someone completely wrong. All right,
All
you
right.
ready? Three, two, one. Javante Williams.
Javonte Williams.
Dude, we are so on fire.
We're
I
locked
was gonna
in.
say
All right.
Travion Henderson because I thought that was the Cowboys running back, but I was like, that's not his name. I know that's not his name. I think that's the Patriots.
I was like, you just traded for Travion Henderson. Like, you should know who that is.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah,
we have
my
officially
logic was just
hit an hour. Yeah. Your
there it
logic was
is. I
what?
mean, my logic was just I would be more than willing to endure the Travion Henderson experience on any other team, but my fantasy team is currently also enduring the Jamar Chase experience, the Derrick Henry experience,
Malik Neighbors
the
experience.
Brian Thomas experience, the Malik Neighbors experience,
Who else you got?
the Kenneth Walker experience, the Marvin Harrison experience, even though I traded for him, so that's really not been a big thing yet. The Jane Daniels experience, the George Kittle experience being injured,
Dude,
hey, the
your
Rasheed
fantasy
Rice
team is just
experience.
every single bad like person who was supposed to be good and didn't turn out to be that good. I don't know why you're still
Right,
starting
no,
Derrick
because
Henry.
who am I supposed to get? If you come up with a running back that I should like trade for and start over Derrick Henry, that I can
Well,
reasonably
dude,
get,
you could like um ask Addison for like anyone on her team for Derrick Henry and she'd give him to you. So you pulls up the trade calculator and she'd say, "Oh, Derrick Henry is like the best player in the game." Okay, I'll give up Jonathan Taylor. She wouldn't give up Jonathan Taylor. I told her to
I don't want to
kill her
like
if she traded
scam somebody
JT.
though. I don't want to scam her, but
Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
could probably pick up like Travis Etienne from her or something like that for Derrick Henry. Maybe even
I,
take Bigsby, who she still has on her team
I
for some reason.
the refusal of this league to use the waiver wire outside of like four
You and
people
me.
is
You and me.
insane. Well,
Okay,
I mean, a couple
Alyssa
other
didn't even
guys.
know how to use it. I had to
Yeah.
teach her how to pick up players off the waiver wire. She picked up Theo Johnson,
Well, I mean, whatever works.
and she hasn't started Theo Johnson.
I mean, who does she have at tight end?
Mark Andrews,
Hmm. Yeah,
who
I
has
mean, he had
scored
one good game.
under 10 every single game except against Detroit, where he scored 26. Oh, she
Yeah, I
started
mean, when I
Jordan
was
Love as quarterback instead of Jalen Hurts. That's insane.
that's different.
That's insane. She loves Jalen Hurts. She
Well,
doesn't even
also,
know
is
who
it what check click on Hurts. What number quarterback is he on the season so far? It's like high, right?
6. Yeah,
Like,
Jordan Love is
yeah, like
21.
what is she on?
Justin Fields is 17. I don't know. Probably just that Jordan Love is projected to get 30 against Cincinnati, and Jalen Hurts only is projected to get 29 against the
I don't
Giants.
know. See, I forget that we play with people like this. Like, because I didn't even really think about trading for running back from Addison because usually it's hard to convince people to trade running backs. Like, they would rather have running backs. So
Mhm.
normally it's just kind of hard to get them. So, like, I didn't even consider that she might be open to that. So,
Yeah, I'm sure you could get Rosalie to give you Cam Scatabo easily for Derrick Henry.
I don't know.
I've been trying to figure out a way to trade for Cam Scatabo from her, but she's got pretty stacked teams, so I really don't know what I can give her that she would take
Addison's
for Cam
team
Scatabo.
terrifies me. Like, I feel like JC's is theoretically better, but Addison's is, like, terrifying.
Yeah, Addison's got Jonathan Taylor. I told her I'd kill her if she traded Jonathan Taylor, by the way, for anything.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, and JC just has Puka Nakua and Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, now
Okay.
that we've name dropped all our friends and family on a podcast,
Hey, we never
um,
said any last names.
that is true.
I thought it'd be really fun to just name drop your last name, but I was like, ah, that's a little too much. I can cut it out.
Social
That's a little
security
much.
number leak on the podcast when at 10 subscribers we leak our social security numbers.
Yeah,
Like
I'd
and
do that.
subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We'll give you our social security number. That's a good idea. That's a great way to get views on the podcast.
We get to 10 subscribers, social security number.
And
All
not
right.
do it. And then more people will be mad at us and unsubscribe, but we'll have the 10 subscribers for a second. All right. You got any
All right.
words you want to leave the viewers with?
You ask me this every time, and I never have words prepared, and then I just look like a really pathetic person.
Mm,
And make them laugh. Usually, you just say something, and then I agree with it.
cool. Well, read your Bible, pray, and go to church. See you guys next week.
Amen.